In this tutorial, we'll continue to look at the Note Input tab. We'll have a look at some of the transformation features, renotate performance, some of the notes and rests plugins, the arrange features, and how these can be applied to your work. So let's have a look first at transformations. These are about as close as Sibelius gets to genuine composing tools. So let's just select some notation here. So if I go up here to double, it does exactly that. Doubles all the note durations of my selection. Gives me some options. And then creates me a new score with all those note values doubled. Let's close that one. As you can imagine, half does exactly that. This time all my note values will be halved. Let's close that one as well. Retrograde creates a backwards version of my selection. This time it doesn't open a new score because obviously the notation will fit in the same place. So for example, if I play that first this way, now retrograde it, I can also use the invert feature. Some options here about where exactly I invert. If I now notch that up an octave or two, now play back. There we go, back to normal. There are also some more very handy transformations in here. I can, if I select an area, once again, renotate the pitches, renotate the rhythms. Gives me some options here. Now I've got a completely new rhythmic setup. Still the same notes, but very much a different take on it. Let's go for some more. I can go randomize pitches. Possibly a more modernistic approach on that one. Shuffle pitches. But I hope you can see how those can be used to aid your creativity. So let's have a look at the arrange feature. This is a very commonly misunderstood area of Sibelius. The arrange feature is purely and simply an intelligent form of copy and paste. It's not going to create you any new harmony or any kind of interest in your work. It's purely going to arrange, explode or reduce your current notation onto new instrumental groups or onto solo instruments. So let's start with arrange first. First of all, we need to add some new instrumentation. So let's add violin 1, violin 2, viola and cello. Hit OK, and it's added those instruments up here in my score. So next thing we need to do is select some notation from our piano part and go to copy. As I said, it's purely copy and paste. What we then do, select the first bar of our new instruments, go up to arrange, and we'll go to our drop down menu here, and you can see there are many different forms of arrange across different instrumental groups or solo instruments, but we'll choose family 1, strings, cello and double bass independent. And you can see these are roughly the rules by which it will abide. If I hit OK, it's going to put my notation across my new staves, and if I play back, you'll hear exactly what it's done. mute the piano. You can hear there's a problem there with dangling ties, which are causing the notes to hang on longer than they should do. So we can get around that. If I select all, go to plugins, down to remove dangling ties, and what I want to do is track them all and get rid of them. Hit OK. There you go, you can see it found quite a few. I can close this window. Now we play back, it's highlight all those dangling tied notes in red, so there's where most of the problems were. So now when I play back, so that's the arrange feature. There's our piano part again. Now a neat trick at this stage, if you find that your score is looking a little bit messy, if I go into layout and optimize, it's just going to lay things out a little bit better and optimize all your spacing above and below the score. Explode is a much more simple option. You can choose to explode into 2, 3 or 4 staves. There are some settings in there to let you set up exactly what's going on, whether you add text, create bars rest in voice 2, hit OK, and OK again. What should we call the new parts? There we find with solo. Hit OK, and now it's going to create us our new solo parts, and all it's done is explode this across 2 staves. So again, if I go into the mixer, solo is muted, the click is muted, so now we'll only hear the new part when it plays back. So if you find sometimes that when you've imported a MIDI file or you've recorded in to what you thought was a piano stave and it's only come out on one line of the piano, either left hand or right hand, you can use the explode feature to separate the 2 parts very easily. And this time we will go the other way and we'll use the reduce feature. So let's open a new score, string quartet. Funnily enough, same tune. And this time we will select, let's bury the inspector. We'll go to no input and reduce. We want to create a new destination staff and we'll call it piano. Hit OK. And you can see down here it's created as a new staff. If I go to M and then this time I solo the piano, now at this stage I can use what we call renotate performance. Triple click to select it all. Renotate performance. Let's go in and use 8th notes. Don't need to worry about grace notes. Arpeggiated chords often sound better. We want to create a new instrument. Hit OK. And now up here we have a new piano part. And oddly enough, this one may look better if we explode it onto 2 staves. And here is our corrected piano part. So now we can go into instruments and staves, delete all the rest, and we're just left with our piano part. I would now need to change the clef there, but you can see we've pretty much got And there we go. Those are the three arrange features. Arrange, which allows us to intelligently copy our notation across more instruments. Explode, which just creates us more staves of our notation. And reduce, which allows us to make a piano reduction very easily of our string quartet in this case.